guys doing? Welcome back. Right here, it's your boys right here, Brian Harsh, your boy BP right here for the corner. This is your rumor show for this week. I got a lot to talk about, and I'm gonna get Ryan's thoughts, and we're gonna go from there. But as always, man, if you guys like our show, like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit this little bell button up here, this little post notification, so you get all me and Mr. Ryan shows here right here on the corner. We're gonna get right down to this, man. We got some things to talk about here. Namely, number one, we're going to talk about the first rumor I have for you guys, Dean Ambrose. If you guys know who that is Mr. Jon Moxley, aka Jon Moxley. Is supposed to return this year at the Royal Rumble. All right, it's not going to happen, for obvious reasons. The reason why it's not going to happen is reportedly offered Vince McMahon reportedly offered him a huge deal, to come back, and he's very close to taking it. That's why when you guys seen Jon Moxley lose the AEW Championship, when he did to Kenny Omega, that's when the offer was made, and Jon Moxley was getting ready to take it and going back to WWE as Mr. Dean Ambrose. But he told Vince he wasn't ready. He wanted to stick around AEW for a couple more years, help build that company along. And then after a couple of years, then he told Vince that he promised him he's ready to come back to WWE, but not right now. So if you guys were looking for Dean Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley here, to be part of the Royal Rumble this year, it is not going to happen. I'm sorry to tell you guys. Well, actually, I'm not sorry to tell you guys because I don't really want him back in WWE. I think he's doing just fine where he's at. And I think he's fantastic where he's at, to be honest with you. See if that was all that. Because if he would come back, they wanted him to come back to the SmackDown brand. If he was supposed to come back to Royal Rumble, they wanted him to come back to SmackDown brand and feud, of course, with Roman Reigns for the Universal title. That was the whole deal. Like I said, he turned him down right now. He's not feeling it. He said later on down the road. What do you feel about that, man? What do you think?
I hope he doesn't.
Well, he's not going to. I'm saying, but
I don't want him to. I think
I didn't either, but
I think, and what's funny is, I remember when he first signed with AEW, and he cut that backstage promo about taking no prisoners and moving the wrestling world and that wrestling company to the forefront. And I just think that if he goes back, in my opinion, the only reason I can see him going back, because I don't think he's really in it for the money.
Well, anymore. They offered him more. Vince offered more money. Plus, Vince also told him that he can have more creative over his character if he went back.
See, now right there, he can say one thing, but I don't think that's true. I don't think he really lets anybody, unless you're Undertaker or Triple H or Shawn Michaels, have control over anything.
You guys
just the way that
you guys might think like
superstars.
Some of the big superstars during WWE probably do have creative control, but not as much as you think. Like Bray Wyatt, I'm sure he does. Roman has probably a little bit over his. There's certain superstars, but for him to give Dean Ambrose off the bat the creative control,
so bottom line, I wouldn't want him to go. Hopefully he doesn't.
Well, this year he's definitely not
only, and only because I think he has a lot more freedom in AEW.
Yeah,
I think everybody does.
That's true.
Compared to the WWE. You can tell from his promos. You can tell from just watch Eddie Kingston and his match that they had where it was no holds barred. You're not seeing that in WWE. I can guarantee it.
No.
So
Eddie Kingston is a phenomenal superstar. So I love Eddie Kingston.
So hopefully, if he does go, it's not for quite some time.
Right. Look, your next rumor is probably one of the best things that are happening on Raw right now. Alexa Bliss might be getting a pretty good push, man. Like she has been. She's been in a great story. With the Fiend, man, the whole playground thing is phenomenal. This thing with Randy Orton, man, she's been doing really great on her own. But Alexa Bliss might be getting a push to the moon with this new alter ego of hers, man. She might be planning. They might be planning to let her win the Women's Royal Rumble on here. And if that's the case, then they're definitely going to push her to the moon because if she wins this Royal Rumble, she's getting the title. I guarantee you that. whether it be against Sasha Banks, the SmackDown title, or where she's at against Asuka, which I don't know. But yeah, I love Alexa Bliss, man, right now. She is doing good work.
Yeah.
They got her right where, I mean, she's got a good spot, man. Trust me. She's not with the Fiend and underneath Randy Orton. And what a great spot she's in, dude. Wow. Great.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully that's true.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's true.
We don't know, but like I said, this is on a rumor show. Tell us what you guys think about that whole situation there, and also tell us what you guys think about maybe Dean Ambrose coming back, or actually not coming back this year, coming back in the future. Let us know about that. Number 3. If you've been watching SmackDown, you've been seeing, like last week, Apollo Crews has been in Roman Reigns' locker room. Roman's been talking to him, So, this week, of course, he had a match with Big E for the Intercontinental Championship again, which he did not win because Sami Zayn, of course, got involved and it was a double DQ, whatever. But they're thinking about turning Apollo heel here. I mean, I'm seeing now, which I think it will probably be good for Apollo to be a heel. But I don't think aligning with Roman and Usos are going to be the spot where he needs to be. If you want to align Apollo, why do you just put him with the damn business?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That would make more sense.
I mean,
I don't see it either. It would be like if you're going out with a crowd and going to a restaurant and you sit at a table and you're trying to be in disguise and you pick out the one guy at the table that doesn't look right, it's going to be him.
Yeah, exactly. And you go to the head of the table, it's Samoan, the Usos, Samoan. You got the whole Samoan dynasty.
Yeah.
Apollo's not Samoan.
I think turning him heel is probably a good idea.
I do
only
too.
Because he has nothing to lose, and he's not doing really much right now anyway.
Exactly. I have to agree with that.
I think the best thing he has going, I don't know how long it's going to last now, is that Intercontinental thing.
Yeah.
And that's all. Since he's been with the company, that's all
he's been
the biggest thing, that he's been doing. So
yeah, he's been a mid-carder.
But with Roman Reigns, I don't see it. Idea.
I did. Speaking of maybe joining factions, this ain't on here, which I should have probably wrote on here. This is my thoughts. If you want to go Apollo, maybe put him with the Hurt Business. I'm hearing Keith Lee. They might be taking Keith Lee and making him be part of the Hurt Business too. Also, which might be pretty good if they do turn Keith Lee heel. But I got something interesting coming up too. This is another rumor. That's supposed to be someone else supposed to be joining the Hurt Business pretty soon. And this is going to be a secret entry into the Royal Rumble. We'll get that in just a second.
I always like factions that have 4. I think 4 is the right amount of number. I think if you keep adding people to groups and the groups keep getting bigger.
How many was in the nation? 4 or 5?
That might have been 5.
Rock and
maybe
D'Lo and Mark
But
Henry.
I just think if you start adding too many people, you lose track of all those people and it just gets to be ridiculous. So.
Like Retribution, I'm glad they cut down on their group a little bit. A lot of people don't like Retribution. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like one of those things. It's like Impact and working with AEW right now. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to that. And it's probably Retribution. It's probably gonna take me a while to get used to that.
I can't. Every time I look at some of those guys like T-Bar, every time I look at him, I don't think of that. I think of
Double
Dominic.
Yeah.
And just the waste that they did and the waste of his talent that he's doing right now compared to matches he had with Keith Lee back in NXT.
Yeah. Double D is awesome, dude.
I think they really, really dropped the ball.
Definitely.
Big time with that guy.
We got some pretty good rumors coming up here that, the Royal Rumble's not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
One of my favorite pay-per-views.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite pay-per-views too, because a lot of things can happen. As of right now for Royal Rumble, you got the Universal title coming up on the line. Of course, Roman Reigns is defending against KO, and that's going to be a great match. Can't wait for that, especially if you've seen it in SmackDown this week. KO will beat the shit out of Roman Reigns. It was pretty amazing to see. And also, of course, you got the WWE Championship on the line. Drew McIntyre defending the title against Goldberg, which Drew just wipes the floor with his Goldberg. I'm sorry. If you guys are Goldberg fans, I'm sorry. I'm not. I haven't been for a long time now. It's time for him to go. He has no business being in the ring against Drew McIntyre or even Vince has no business even training the Dot to even letting Goldberg win this match against Drew McIntyre for the title. I think it's bullshit. But anyway, that's 2 of the matches so far, and I'm hearing also Sasha is going to be defending the SmackDown Women's title against Carmella on that event. And on the Raw side of things, nothing right now. Not even for the tag team champions. I'm thinking Charlotte and Asuka's both inside the Raw Women's Royal Rumble. So yeah, so that Raw Women's Champion is going to be stuck in the Raw Rumble match along with her partner Charlotte. So they're not going to have a match at all. But anyway, we're going to get down into some rumor returns for Royal Rumble. In the men's Royal Rumble match, Jason Jordan. You guys know who Jason Jordan is? He got hurt. A couple years back, maybe a year and a half.
Yeah.
So go back. Last time we see Jason Jordan was he was playing the storyline with Mr. Kurt Angle, supposed to be his dad.
Oh.
So if you guys do know, Jason Jordan had a neck injury. That's why he's been out so long.
Yeah.
So Jason Jordan could definitely be one of the people I see come back. And another one is John Cena, which I don't really care to see John Cena come back. But if they need a face, John Cena would be, of course, because kids love John Cena. He is, he hasn't been there for a while, but because he's been acting, doing his thing. But John Cena is another guy supposed to be coming back. Another rumor return is Edge. Okay, so we know Edge. He was like last year's big surprise, but this year they're thinking about also making Christian come back at the same time. And after the Royal Rumble, they're going to put Edge and Christian together as a team again to make these guys a team, to either for the Raw tag team titles or the SmackDown tag team titles. So now they're trying to bring back more tag teams here. I mean, I'm not going to say Edge can still go, but can Christian still go? That's the thing. They were a great tag team back. Their 5-second pose, very entertaining guys. I loved them back in the day. They were funny as hell. So we'll have to see with that. Next up, Legends Night. Carlito was supposed to be there for Legends Night. He did not show up. Carlito was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble. So that's another rumor. RVD got let go of Impact. Free agent. Royal Rumble. He's supposed to be there. This is the one I was talking about earlier, about the Hurt Business. I'm hearing here, Booker T has been training. He is coming back to wrestle full time. I'm hearing after the Rumble. And guess where they're going to try to put him at? With MVP and the Hurt Business. So here we go. This is what I'm saying. You got another guy, Jinder Mahal. He is ready to come back. Jinder Mahal's supposed to be coming back. Now, I'm not saying these guys I'm naming are all going to come back, but quite a few of these names are definitely scheduled to come back because they're ready to come back. Jimmy Uso, of course, he's ready to come back from his injury. So there you go. And of course, you got the returning Seth Rollins. Okay. Big surprises here. They're saying Brock Lesnar, which that's another person I don't care about saying. It's like Goldberg. Who gives a shit? Another guy, Samoa Joe, he's ready to come back. So you got Samoa Joe. Another guy, they're even saying that CM Punk. This is the year. He's evidently behind closed doors. Vince McMahon has got it done. The deal is done, evidently. CM Punk has signed with Vince McMahon for the WWE, but I'm not sure if it's going to be for a Royal Rumble, but if it is for a Royal Rumble, which it's supposed to be for, CM Punk's not going to win it. That's scheduled for something else, but it doesn't matter if CM Punk wins that Royal Rumble because they got something else bigger for him. I mean, he does come back. The Rock. I'm hearing The Rock. The only reason why I'm hearing The Rock because if The Rock does end up winning this Royal Rumble, then you know what's going to happen. He's going. You know who he's going after. There's your WrestleMania match right there, you guys. Family versus family. Roman versus The Rock for the Universal Championship. If that does happen, and if Kevin Owens doesn't make Roman Reigns his bitch at that event. And of course, the returning Fiend. New mask, new everything. I'm hearing, man, it's going to be something crazy. I'm hearing the new mask has got horns. Double horns. I don't know how well that's true. We're going to find out. But that's your guys' men's side of things for a Royal Rumble. What do you think about that? Them names that I named out.
Oh, you said a lot. That's a lot of names.
Brock
in a
Lesnar.
short period of time.
Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, The Rock, The Fiend.
I think half of those names I'd be excited to hear. Other half, not so much.
Right.
I
agree.
I did hear, as far as the John Cena and The Rock go, that whatever WrestleMania, I forget which one it will be, but the one in Hollywood is when they really want those guys back.
That's going to be WrestleMania 39. WrestleMania 37 is going to take place in Orlando like it was supposed to do last year.
They're saying that with The Rock's movie schedule right now,
yeah,
and John Cena's movie schedule right now, that WrestleMania Hollywood will probably be the best time to get those two back.
Right.
So Rumble, I think, is a stretch for me.
Right.
Not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying it's
like
a stretch.
I said, this is a rumor shit right
And then as far as Edge and Christian go, I think if they're used right, and you could put them on TV, without having them get hurt, I think that's awesome.
Definitely.
Because like you, back when they were wrestling, they were the funniest two
They were
that I watched, and very, very entertaining.
Yeah, definitely great. 5-second pose, everything. Loved it.
And the CM Punk thing, when we first started filming these, or at least when I started filming with you,
we talked about that for
we talked about that and said that might be the only thing that can gear everybody's attention away from watching AEW. And I still think that's true. I think
that's
not saying that I'm not going to watch it, because
I'm still gonna watch
I'm a huge AEW fan no matter what.
Me too.
But I think if you want to snag people's attention,
which is their attention here, that's what Vince is going to do.
That would be it. I think though, it's a double-edged sword. I think that if he does come back, I think a lot of people will expect him to win the Royal Rumble, and I think that there'll be a lot of people pissed if he doesn't.
Well, I'm thinking he's not going to, but he's going to lead it to a good storyline. And here's my next thing I'm going to tell you.
One name that you didn't have on that list that I heard was supposed to get a huge push and major things is Aleister Black. We haven't seen Aleister Black since his wife got fired for her movements, but I did read somewhere that they are prepping for his comeback, and it's supposed to be really, really huge. They haven't said which show or what he's going to be doing, but I would really like to see that guy come back.
I love
because I was a huge fan of him when he was wrestling, and
the
fact that he's been mistreated or not on the show, I think, is a huge letdown.
Yeah, it is. It is, man.
Especially as far as what we talked about with Jon Moxley and creative decisions. I don't see.
That's what happens. You got big time players.
I don't see how
nothing to do with
you could lose a talent like that. But,
right.
So hopefully some of those names do come back that you're talking about. The Booker T thing and the Hurt Business. I could care less about the Hurt Business. I think they're doing good. They're somewhat entertaining, but they just, for me, don't do anything. So.
I like them. I mean, I think they're good for what they are right now. And got the United States champion and Bobby Lashley, and of course the Raw Tag Team champions, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric, Alexander.
And I would take Samoa Joe over RVD. Just saying, if I had to choose which one I would want back, Samoa Joe for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of Samoa Joe, he did cut his hair. He cut his hair completely bald now because he did it for, of course, the cancer thing. So that was really cool to hear that and actually see that. If you guys watched SmackDown, not SmackDown, but Raw this week, you guys seen Joe's hair was totally gone. So that was pretty sweet to see actually that did happen. Speaking of CM Punk and this whole rumor thing about the Rumble, he's not supposed to win the Royal Rumble, but they're trying to get the attention off of AEW, like you said, to get back to WWE with CM Punk, and this is their intention. And this is probably going to do it. It's probably the best bet. Now, let me go and read these women's names first before I finish my thought on the CM Punk thing. Naomi, Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus is supposed to come back and feud with Sasha Banks to lead up into WrestleMania. That's what they want to do. They want Trish Stratus and Sasha Banks at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's Championship, evidently. So, Melina. You guys remember Melina? She's supposed to be in the Women's Royal Rumble. You got, of course, Miss Rebecca Lynch returning, from having a baby with Seth Rollins, Ronda Rousey. Eva Marie has signed a contract. She is now back in the WWE, and she's supposed to be in, definitely, the Royal Rumble. So I'm not sure about Summer Rae yet, but as of the Red and Gold team, Eva Marie Marie did sign. She is back with the WWE. If you guys liked her before, I don't know. I really didn't care before too much. Back when she was first with AEW. And of course, another big name. I just was talking about her husband, AJ Lee. AJ Lee is supposed to be signing back with the WWE. And that, if what I'm hearing about CM Punk is true, then yeah, AJ Lee's gonna follow. And this is what I'm saying. If CM Punk does come back, and the thing they're doing, if you remember, not too far, a couple months back, we had some little Twitter exchanges between Mr. CM Punk and Seth Rollins, let alone Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. So here we go. This could be the whole storyline going into WrestleMania with this crap right here. So here's the thing. If AJ Lee, or I'm sorry, if CM Punk or Seth Rollins ends up winning the Royal Rumble, or ends up taking out, becoming the WWE champion before WrestleMania, next up to them, they don't need a title though, but they could set up a good match there between them two. But I don't know. What do you think about that? The women's side of things. It's not as much as the men, but
the
still.
women's rumble is always fun because you never know. Just like the guys, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
And those names sound better than some of the men's names that you named.
Right.
In my opinion. I did see, as far as right now, today, or whenever you watch this goes, I think there's 15 men confirmed so far on their website, and something like 11 or 12 women. So
you got,
as always, they still have a lot of slots to fill, and they're not going to tell you everybody.
Right. You got people like Bailey, Bianca Belair,
the CM Punk and the AJ thing. I could see it. That would be a good match. I mean, I don't know how long it would take Becky to get back in ring shape from having her baby.
They're dealing. She's already ready in shape.
Oh,
they're ready.
Okay.
They're ready to come back. Seth and her both are ready to come. They're supposed to be back in the Royal Rumble.
Well, then,
so
I think it's just a wait and see game.
Yeah.
Only because they've been talking about CM Punk for years and years and years. For me, it's going to be one of those. I'll believe it when I see it.
Exactly. So is this the year that we're going to get CM Punk?
It's almost one of those things where I can see them playing his music, and the Miz come out dressed as CM Punk just to do it like that time when he did it with The Rock, and he got booed out of the building.
Yeah.
So
can you imagine
I'm gonna see it to believe it, type dude. So
we'll have to
hopefully
see.
it happens, and if it doesn't happen, I wouldn't be that.
But
shocked.
you can expect for sure. Eva Marie is going to be there.
Oh yeah,
you can expect for that for sure.
She's got her hair purple now.
Yeah.
She's on Instagram a lot, training like crazy.
She's ready to go. She's got a pretty good body.
If she does come back, she should be a lot better.
Wrestler,
ring wise.
Yeah.
Way better than she was before.
Definitely.
So, but that's also a name that I've been hearing a lot too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these people, it seems like every time the Rumble comes around, you always hear names that they signed this or they signed that.
See,
but
a lot
then
of people
you don't see them. So
see, man, a lot of people this year think when you talk about the Royal Rumble this year for the women, they're thinking, all right, 3 names are going to win this match: Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch. Them are the 3 they're talking about. The winning match. But see, I'm telling you, they're going to pull a swerve. And I'm going to tell you right now, you guys think that 1 of the 3 women are going to win this match? I don't think so. You got people like Bailey. You got people like Lacey Evans. You got people like Bianca Belair, AJ Lee, Trish Stratus. People that can come back and win this. But my pick to win the Women's Royal Rumble, I'm going to tell you right now, my pick to win the Women's Royal Rumble is Rhea Ripley. I'm telling you. It's going to happen. This is your year. She's going to do it. You heard it here from BP.
Write it down.
You heard it here from BP. I picked Rhea Ripley. There you go.
I don't know. I don't know if it's still a rumor. I did hear one that I have is that they were working to get Charlotte and Zelina and Andre. I can't say his name.
Oh, Andrade. Andrade, yeah.
As a team.
Yeah.
They were really considering putting those 2 together
because they are
a
together.
couple.
Yeah.
So,
they are engaged right now.
I don't know if they're still going to do it.
I heard that too. There's this whole storyline with Ric Flair and Lacey Evans. I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
That would
that'd
be
interesting. There, see that?
Yeah, that would be really, really interesting.
What are they doing with this Lacey Evans storyline anyway? Ric Flair? Are you serious? Isn't Ric Flair really
I don't
buried in
know.
real life? It's just
I
funny.
don't know. He,
But whatever it is, it's pissing Charlotte Flair off, and it's funny, dude. It's a great
And
storyline.
I think last time I looked, I don't think Asuka's in the Rumble. I think it's just Charlotte.
Is it this Charlotte?
I think so.
So does that mean is Asuka got a match at the Royal Rumble then? Is she defending the title against
See,
somebody?
I don't know. I know they were teasing on Raw, Natalya and Tamina watching their tag match, so
Or
it could be,
they could be in the Rumble
it could
too.
be, it could be have a tag match early. They lose the belts, tag belts, and then
Well, the Riot Squad are going to be in the Royal Rumble.
so
Of course, you've seen Billy Kay get kicked out of the Riot Squad this week. But that was something else. Another thing I want to talk about, man, that we did not talk about here, with this whole, they signed a new guy. If you guys don't know who this guy is, his name is Parker Bordeaux, whatever his name is. And this dude is a spitting image of Brock Lesnar. If you guys don't know who this guy is, look him up. Parker Bordeaux. He looks like a young Brock Lesnar. And this dude is huge, dude. Look this dude up, I'm telling you.
I've seen his
You see
picture,
him?
but I haven't seen.
He's a
Like, I
former
saw his
football
face,
player.
but I haven't seen
Yeah.
how it looks.
He's jacked just like Brock. He's a former football player in WWE. He's supposed to come to WWE, sign with them, and they're even saying that he can come as soon as the Rumble. And I'm not saying in the Rumble, but I'm saying he could cost Roman the match against Kevin Owens.
No
Or-
relation to Brock.
Now this is what I'm trying. Now this is what I heard. Now they're saying when that happens, that Paul Heyman's going to turn on Roman Reigns. It might not be at the Rumble. This might be a little bit after. Turn on Roman Reigns because he's going to side with this new guy, Parker Bordeaux. But his last name's not going to be Bordeaux anymore, and it's going to be Parker Lesnar. That's what they're going at. That's what they're going for. So there you go. I don't know if they're close to making this guy Brock's brother, Brock's son. But if you guys do remember, Brock's son is actually at the Performance Center.
Yeah.
His real son is actually at the Performance Center. But the guy that I'm talking about looks exactly like Brock Lesnar right now. His name is Parker Bordeaux. But now they're trying to say Parker Lesnar. So I don't know. That's a rumor, guys. If you guys know the same thing I'm talking about, you guys know. Hit me up. But that's one of the things. That's another thing. I forgot to mention that earlier. There you go. Quick question, Ben. Royal Rumble's next week. Who are you picking for the women's?
Oh, it's putting me on the spot.
Who do you see coming back? Who do you
Bliss.
see winning?
I think
We've
Alexa's
got
gonna do
to
it.
Bliss. That's a pretty good pick. And if I was not picking Ripley, I'd definitely be picking Bliss.
Only because right now, with everything they got going on with her, it
Yeah.
only makes
Great
sense to me.
storyline, yeah.
Because
Great.
there's no, you don't have anybody.
How they give
you
her
don't
a
have
change
anybody.
mid-match?
You don't have anybody on SmackDown
You see
saying
it?
they're going for a belt, and she literally told Asuka on Friday, on Monday, that when I win, I'm going to take your belt.
Monday night when she took on Asuka, she changed in mid-match
Yeah.
when the lights went out.
Yeah.
That was weird, dude.
Dream
It was
scenario.
awesome.
Dream scenario for me is having her win the women's and the Fiend win the men's belts, and
So
those two.
you're saying the Fiends will win the men's?
And I even did hear. I don't know if they're still doing it, only because she's going through a wardrobe change right now. But there were talks about having her wear a mask too.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to still do that or not. I'm kind of liking her just in her contacts
But
in
yeah.
her face better than
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, Fiend is supposed to come back in the mask. If they leave her face alone, just with the contacts, I think it'll be perfect. But so you think that Alexa will win the women's and the Fiend's going to win the guys?
I didn't say that. I
Oh.
said I'd like it.
Okay. So what do you think about the guy?
I don't know. I don't know.
You can't pick from the
We
guys?
still got a couple weeks. We got a week, but we might do a Rumble show.
Yeah, I'm
maybe.
sure we're going to Rumble. So
So
my
might
pick for the
say
women's
mine.
is not going to change. I'm not going to change
it
that.
can't. After this
Yeah.
is over, if you
Yeah.
wrote it down, whatever he says next is valid.
Yeah.
Invalid.
So Rhea Ripley is my pick for women's. That's it for women's. Men's, I'm not going to say that just yet because I have a couple ideas, but I'll get into that later on. So, but you did say Alexa Bliss for the women's.
Yeah,
There
you
you
can
go.
write that down.
All right. Well, there you guys go, man. Thank you guys so much for joining us right here for the Rumor Show. Next week we'll be right here, like I said, again for your Wednesday Night War review. Beach Break's gonna be in 2 weeks, so I'm sure we're gonna be here for that too. That's still a week after the Rumble, actually. And then of course we're gonna have another Rumor Show probably next week, and also we'll probably have our Royal Rumble prediction show. We'll talk about that, getting that. But thank you guys so much, man, for joining us right here. Like I said, like, comment, share, subscribe to me and Mr. Ryan right here. And man, we'll definitely see you guys here next week, right here on the corner.